Every once in a while, I post a video with the best of intentions, and after it's published, I look back on it, and maybe it's because of the comments it's getting, it makes me think about things in a different way. I look back on it and I go, man, I missed the mark on that one. That did not get the idea across that I was trying to get across, and I just did that basically. So I posted this video, should you be worried about the OnePlus Open? And in this video, I talked about a post in the OnePlus Open subreddit from a mod saying that you should not buy this phone. It's like buying a lottery ticket. And in the video, I talked about a poll that I ran. I referenced this poll, which now has 304 votes. 14% of people said yes, they've had a hardware problem, and OnePlus has not been helpful. Another 7% said they had a hardware problem that OnePlus took care of. So a lot of people have looked at that and said, oh my lord, 21%, 1 in 5 have had a warranty level issue with their OnePlus Open. Maybe this person is correct. Maybe there is a real problem. Now, part of the idea that I wanted to get across in this video, and this is the place where I think I fell very, very short, is the idea that we have to, anytime we talk about this stuff or think about this stuff or even look at these polls, we have to calculate in the negative confirmation bias, okay? So people that have had a problem are many, many more times more likely to be vocal, to make posts, and to vote on polls. So to illustrate this, what I did is I ran another poll, this time the exact same poll, but for Galaxy Z Fold devices. Now you could say, Shane, why don't you do just a regular phone? Well, because of everybody that has viewed my content, I would say the Z Fold line is probably among the most purchased devices among my viewers, and it is a mainstream large device, and it happens to be a contemporary with the OnePlus Open. So I ran that poll. Have you had problems with your Z Fold? And my expectation here is that we are going to have nearly identical results. And my expectation 4 hours on appears to be extremely accurate. Let's take a look at the poll here. 98 votes. Let's refresh. Hanging at 98 votes. We'll just say it's about halfway to the same amount of votes as when I did my OnePlus video. It had a little over 200. This is a little under 100. I'm going to put a link in the description to the poll because I am supremely confident that in 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, these results are going to be percentage-wise exactly the same or basically the same. As the votes go up, the percentages should remain pretty much where they are. And as you can see, where they are is actually even worse than they were with the OnePlus Open. So there are two options here. Option number the first, the OnePlus Open, 21% of their devices has to be warrantied out in some way, and the Z Fold has a 28% rate of the same thing happening. That's option number one. Somehow both of these devices have to be warrantied out at unbelievable rates. Rates that would cost both companies incredible amounts of money, or negative confirmation bias is once again at work. And like I've said in that prior video and in other prior videos, people who have nothing bad going on are far less likely to vote in polls. And therefore, when you look at polls like this, you have, there you go, 101 votes. We're over the 100 mark. When you look at polls like this, you have to factor that in. Whatever the negative answer is, you have to take quite a bit off of that most of the time to get to the actual number. And I'll even go a step further because I think that there is an additional almost feedback loop at play here as well with regard to foldable phones. Because of the nature of these devices, the expectation around them, I think that there are a much larger group of people who, when they own one and it breaks, they're going to feel slighted. They're going to feel upset, and then by virtue of that, are going to be all that more likely to post and to vote in polls like this. So I think, once again, these negative results are amplified because it's the internet, and they're even more amplified because it's a folding phone. Now look, accountability here, because I hate adding unnecessary negativity to the discourse, and I feel as though my video inadvertently did that. My assumption, which was naive and perhaps even dumb, my assumption was that people would look at those poll results. They would see 21% for, the number of people having to use OnePlus's warranty, and they would understand that that literally could not be true, and that the real number was lower, and that the little bit that I touched on this confirmation bias in the video would be enough that people would understand that people would get the hate. I know it says 20%, but the actual number is probably significantly lower than that, probably in the single digits, almost certainly in the single digits. Let's be honest, guys. You all follow tech news. If the OnePlus Open and the Galaxy Z Fold devices had a failure rate of over 1 in 5, you would not have needed me to make my video or this video or run either poll. You would have already known about it. What percentage of Pixel 7s had the back glass break? Okay, probably not very many, and that was plastered all over the tech media. This is stuff that would have been covered. It's just not real, and I assumed people would sort of understand that. And again, that's on me. So as to the question, does the OnePlus Open have a higher failure rate than other devices? My answer, based on polling and based on the conversations I've had, go read the comments in that first video, because I think that they help paint a picture as well. My assumption is not really. If there is an enhanced failure rate, it's probably quite slight, and I would say it's right there in the same ballpark as the Galaxy Z Fold, which, again, probably isn't all that much higher than a normal phone either. Thanks for watching. Thanks for voting in the polls if you did so. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.